In almost every competitive game or sport, turn order, or who goes first, can decide who the victor is. In chess, white goes first and is regarded as being advantaged in this position. In most trading card games, going first has a much higher win percentage than going second, and even most American sports put high value on getting the earliest pick. But in battle rap, turn order gets a little bit muddier, so I want to try to clear the waters on going first versus going second. On this episode of Let's Think Battle Rap, we talk about turn order. The most obvious place to start this video is going first, and going first confers you a lot more advantages than you might think. Most importantly is setting the tone of the battle. Many rappers tend to make their first rounds their best rounds, and this is for good reason. By making your opening as strong as it can be, it raises the bar for your opponent, and if you really pop off, it can be completely unreachable. Weirdly, this is part of what gives people like John LaDon that gatekeeper reputation against rookies. A lot of the time, that veteran skill raises the bar too high for his opponent to reach, making him an insurmountable obstacle to the inexperienced. And this has led to the death of many a rookie, notably Jack Wymain and Mr. Wavy.
Hey yo, Eric Beasley! I heard you had this nigga beating me, but if I'm supposed to die by some pussy, won't be that easy. I stay strapped! Kill this nigga!
Going first also grants the opportunity to insert prebuttals. Opposite to a rebuttal where you respond to something your opponent said in the previous round, a prebuttal is when you respond to something you anticipate your opponent saying. I don't think there's a lot of rappers that are great at doing this despite how devastating prebuttals can be. For example, here, Twork is anticipating a frankly obvious strip club scheme from John, but not only does he bring up the anticipation, he also steps it up by creating a punch out of it. So while John freestyles a disclaimer before he does the scheme that Twork said he'd do, you can tell that it's considerably less effective.
Keep talking. He keep talking. Funny how it works. He gonna pander to the crowd and give y'all an Atlanta strip club scheme. Should've put your money on Twork. I know what you dog. I'm on to you, dog. I'm on to you, dog.
It also can't be understated just how important going first can be in regards to angling. Sometimes an angle can be so potent that it destroys the fabric of the rest of the battle, and putting those bars on the table as soon as possible is a #1 priority. We can see an example of this in the now infamous battle Big K vs Adi Boom. K is insistent that he's going first because of just how impactful he feels this paperwork is. And after that first round, nothing else in the battle matters as Boom is rendered helpless to lose regardless of how good his material is. I'm not sure this would have been as devastating if K went second.
You wrote it. Snitch boy! But New Jersey is snitch haven. Only thing you ever wrote for Surf was his statement. Snitch boy! This little pussy a disgrace. How you walk out of bookings with some cookies and a cake? Snitch boy! I ought to mush you in the face. You looking like you wanna fight. Bitch, you should have fought the case! Snitch boy!
Now, while going first can be incredibly powerful, I feel like battle rap is one of the only sports where going second is not only acceptable, but can be the winning factor in a battle. The obvious elephant in the room is rebuttals. There's a handful of rappers currently active that have the freestyle capacity to rebuttal well. People like Chef Trez, Bangs, Ill Will, Rum Nitty, and New Jersey Twork, they all skew the better tactics of a battle, as going first versus any of these battlers can end up being a death sentence. This is especially deadly against those last two. New Jersey Twork and Rum Nitty create a lose-lose situation for any battle rapper. Allow them to go first, and their potent writing skills can set the bar impossibly high, give them the chance to rebuttal you, and they'll punish you harshly.
This motherfucker said my 12s was fake. That was real true. But the recoil on this 40 enormous. Just like them Jordans. This kick unreal too. What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
Bang, bang, bang.
Going second also takes advantage of recency bias, which is the cognitive effect that makes us as humans prefer the more recent events over the more historic ones. Being the last person to rap in a round can be completely damning in some scenarios and can make up for some inconsistent material. This means that your opponent can have an 8 out of 10 round and you can have a 7 out of 10 round, and the battle will look closer than it actually is because we as humans have bias towards the last thing we saw. And lastly, going second allows you to retake presence from your opponent. When you go second, it's up to your opponent in their first round to establish as much presence and crowd control as possible, and if they slack or even slightly drop the ball, leaves them open to having the crowd stolen. This is something that can be seen by the more energetic rappers in the game. People like Tay-Rock can completely nullify an opponent's round just by making it a priority to establish his presence on stage. Not even 10 seconds after Bad News ended his round, and Rock has made the crowd forget News even existed.
Hey, yo!
So turn order in battle rap isn't as black and white as it might seem, and like other things in battle rap, there's much more nuance than there seems to be on the surface. That concludes this episode of Let's Think Battle Rap. If you want to see more content like this, like the video and subscribe to the channel for a new episode every Thursday.